Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Triplus, as always, and today I will be enlightening you on something that I've been working on for quite a while. So this is something that I basically started somewhere in April or May, if I'm not mistaken, when I wanted to buy a Harmony Hub. For those who do not know what a Harmony Hub is, it's a device from Logitech that basically allows you to control all your RF and IR capable devices and with one remote or with an app or whatever. And it interests me quite a bit. So I started researching it. Turns out that while it's a very powerful tool, it has some complications with it. For example, late 2018, Logitech disabled the API for internal connections to allow calling the functionality, so HomeAssistant was no longer working with it. They re-enabled it later, but if a company does something like that, it may do it again in the future. So I wasn't really keen on spending at least 150 euros on it. It is probably more if you buy like a better version with multiple connectors, with a hub, a fancy remote. So it's not something that I really want to do from the get-go. So I started researching myself, I suppose. The first thing that I came across is the Broadlink RM Mini, which is the small little black thing you see over here. They also have an IR and RF capable one. This is only an IR or infrared capable one. I start with this one. I may upgrade to the RF one in the future, but I'm quite happy with what this thing can do for now. So I'm going to keep it at that. To give you a little bit of understanding of my current home situation, I have 3 remotes, one for my television, one for my the Digibox, which is basically from my TV provider for digital television to get channels, record, whatever. And then this one here is for this small media box over here, which is just an Android media box running Kodi. But I want to control all of them with just one remote. It's a cheap remote I bought on Banggood or AliExpress. It is from a real brand, well, real. I'm not sure if this is a very quality brand, but I think the remote cost me like 4 or 5 euros. And I'm quite okay with using this one to test certain things. The RM Mini over here, I think cost me around 35 euros, which is also still fine. It's one of, well, I'm suddenly thinking that it's probably less. I think the more expensive one with IR and RF cost more. This one was probably less than $22 because I didn't need to pay tax. I suddenly remembered that, but I will put the prices on screen if I remember to do. So there's that. And this, the Broadlink little device over here was my first step into automating everything. So the Broadlink has an app, and unfortunately I'm recording with my phone, so I cannot show it right now, but I'll try to overlay something. I'm capable of controlling my devices using the app, sending pre-recorded comments via the Broadlink to control my television, my TV box and my media player without any problems. It worked quite well. However, I don't want to have to take out my phone if I watch television, because other people will also be using or will be watching the television, so then I would have to give them the phone, which is something that's it's just strange. Hey, I want to watch TV. Okay, here's my phone. So I kept thinking and thinking, and then I realized that I could probably use something in between to connect a remote, so an external remote like this one, with anything and control the Broadlink device with this remote to do whatever I wanted. As you can see, this is the remote. Whatever I press, nothing is happening. None of the lights are blinking, so especially the power one will be important for later on. So that's the first two devices that I had. And then I started thinking, what else can I do? You see over here is a small contraption I made myself. It's basically an ESP, which is an Arduino kind of deal with an RF sensor on it and a little LED light. And I will show you the LED light. If I press the blue button over here, the blue light comes on. If I press red and if I press green, and yellow just turns it off again. I will explain later why that is important, but you will see the light. I will also bring a little close up on the screen so you can show it in more detail. So what did I do with this ESP device? I'm going to bring in my laptop. It's not the most optimal way of showing you things, I am aware. But I have one of the ESPs that I have from ESPHOME, and you can watch my other video on ESPHOME. I have an IR receiver. Basically what I did in here is connecting the LED, the IR sensor, and learning this this ESP knows all the buttons on this device. I don't know by heart how many there are, but let's say 20, 25-ish buttons. So it knows all these buttons. And I was able to teach HomeAssistant all my buttons. So you see the button 5, button 4, if I scroll up or down. So button blue, button CC, I don't know, button CC is then probably, here is a little CC on the thing. So HomeAssistant knows all the buttons I press on my remote, and this is basically where NodeRED starts coming in. To give you an idea, what I did for now is blue will control my television, red will control my my TV box, and green will control my media player. For now, green isn't really working yet, but I can give you an example with blue. So if I press blue, you see the blue light turns on. So now I know that it's controlling my television. And if I then press the power button, you see that my TV turns on. There's nothing on there right now. Okay, apparently the media box. Same deal if I turn it off again. So what is happening in the background, and I will also try to overlay something in more detail right here. But basically the LED state is known, and based on that, if I press the power button, it will know exactly what command I need to send. I've also learned all the different commands from all the buttons on the original remotes. So basically, this is the original TV remote from Philips. This is the $5 remote, or €5 remote that I bought. This button here, if the LED is blue, is the same as this button. So I just recorded this, and then if the light is blue and I press this, it will send the same comment as this one. So that's what's going on behind the scenes. And for now, it's working quite well, to be honest. So for now, I've only tested like 1 or 2 buttons. I can do the same with my media player, and that's an additional thing that I'm still trying to figure out. So I press red, it knows it's red. I press on, and it's turning on my my TV box. And over HDMI, there's something like CEC. I don't know by heart for what it stands, but I'm going to turn it off again. I don't know by heart for what it stands, but basically it allows your devices to talk with each other over HDMI. I'm also going to turn off the TV again. And why that is maybe a good feature, I'm not completely sold on it yet. for the simple reason that I did turn it on a PlayStation 4 for a while, but every time when I turned on the television, when the channel was still on the PlayStation 1, it would turn on the PlayStation, and it wasn't really what I wanted to do. So yeah, that was a little bit annoying, but for now I'm quite happy that technically everything is working the way I want it to. So using this remote, I'm able to turn on my media player, my TV, and using these buttons, I'm able to choose which device I want to control. And then the yellow one is basically to just turn the remote off, and I may add a different feature in the future, but for now it's just turn it off. But that's what I've been working on for the past few months. It's not that I've been working on it 8 hours a day for the past few months, but I ran into some issues with ESPHOME and some other tools, but things are falling into place finally. I'm quite happy with it. The goal is to just have one remote to control all my devices here. And yeah, it's working. The next plans for this are of course to connect all the buttons. So if I'm on blue, that I can control my whole television. When I'm on red, I can control the TV box, and same with the media box for green. It sounds feasible and it will be doable, but again, there are probably some quirks or obstacles that I still need to cross, especially with CEC, because I want to make it as smart as possible. For example, if I turn on my media, my TV box, I also want to turn on my television, which is normal, and it will go over CEC. But then if I turn off my TV box, apparently the television doesn't turn off. Like I'm not sure how I will need to do that. It's still, because, for example, so on red, turning on the media box, so it will also turn on the television. And if I turn to blue, I'm not sure the television will go off. Okay, so if I turn on television, the media box also, the TV box, sorry, I'm mixing those two. The TV box also turns off. So those are some things that I want to make a smart system around. Maybe I have HomeAssistant track the status of the devices one way or another. Again, I'm not sure yet how I will do that. I was thinking about IPs, but apparently when the TV goes into sleep mode, it loses the IP, so that could be useful. So still some things to work out, but with the first proof of concept, I'm quite happy. And that's going to be it for now. So hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I'm going to continue working on this, and I hope to have an updated proof of concept available in the next few weeks, months, whatever. And the goal is to control everything with this 5 euros remote. So thanks everybody for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you in the next one. Bye.